Hi. Now we're going to make a very popular remedy for winter, for cold and flu season, and this is going to be elderberry herbal syrup. So if you've read the herbal news and kept up to date during the pandemic, you may have noticed that elderberry has become a very popular medicine used in many forms, including in the syrup form. And elderberry has been used for hundreds and hundreds of years as a medicine, with recent research coming out of Israel on its use for viral infections, respiratory viral infections. So elderberry is the key ingredient in my syrup, but I'm enhancing it with other medicinal herbs known to be also antiviral and specific for cough and sore throat. And I'm featuring clove in this video. Clove is a strongly aromatic, antibacterial and antiviral respiratory herb. So it is going to add flavor and additional value to the therapeutic effects of the elderberry. And I'm adding sage. Normally I'll add thyme to this recipe. Both sage and thyme are also very good expectorants and also to soothe sore throat. So the recipe involves basically boiling down and reducing these herbs as a strong concentrate. So I've used a half a cup of elderberry dry. If you're using fresh elderberry, you would use a full cup. And I'm going to use about a tablespoon of clove and several tablespoons, 1, 2, and 3, roughly, of sage, and I would use the same amount of thyme if I had it on hand. And cardamom, we'll come back to cardamom. Cardamom also helps to clear congestion in the lungs, and it makes your syrup very tasty. So you are then going to this add 2 cups of water. And then put this on the stove at a low boil and let it simmer down to 1 cup. So you're going to let that slowly reduce to 1 cup of fluid. So that will take about a half an hour. And I keep that on a really just a low, gentle simmer. And then when it's done, you strain the herbs from it. And then you're going to add 1 cup of honey, raw, unpasteurized liquid honey, which is easy to get here in the Maritimes. And you then, while the tea is still hot, the strong concentrate is still hot, stir in the honey and then bottle it and keep it in the fridge. It will keep for about 3 months. So you can make small batches. So this will make a 2-cup batch of syrup, and that will perhaps last you the winter, depending on how prone to sore throat and cold and flu you may be. And in those cases, you would simply take a teaspoon as needed. So teaspoon 2 to 3 to 4 times a day. And this works very well for children. It's a great way to get the herbal remedies into children because it tastes good. And the syrupiness coats the throat. So it's really good for soothing the throat, and then it has specific effects on the lungs. Another way to use it, so I have an already prepared elderberry syrup, is to do elderberry fizz. So this is one of our favorites. We just add sparkling water to elderberry syrup, and it is delicious. And it's a really good medium for enjoying your medicinal herbal syrup. So I encourage you to make this syrup, have it on hand, be prepared, and it makes a great gift. And there are many ways to diversify your herbal syrup. I would always use the elderberry as a base because it is very strongly antiviral. And then you could add a number of different herbs and spices that we're learning during this series and make it your own and experiment with it. Okay, so enjoy.